Hey, James, it's so good to see you. I really appreciate you sharing your experience with CellYea.
Yeah,
You
awesome.
shared some pretty incredible things and results that you've had with the product, but I really appreciate your time and sharing that with the rest of the audience. And I know you also have a lot of things that you've gone through also with your health over the years, and you and I discussed kind of our mutual agreement that everybody should be eating organic food and exercise and stuff. So I'd love to talk with you some more about that. And could you give us a rundown on where you were with your health before the changes you've seen with CellYea?
Sure. Yeah. No. We've talked about health and for years, but yeah, health has really been a hobby for me in my life. And in the past maybe 10 years, I've been working out. I'm 41 years old now, and I've been working out, but I've had lots of kind of setbacks as I've gone along. Setbacks as in, like my elbow would tweak, my feet would start feeling like they're falling off if I run too much, or different joint pains that I would work out, start to make some progress, and then it would set me back. So that's kind of where I was before I started using CellYea. It was I've been working out pretty steady for a long time, but just in phases because I'd have setbacks.
Wow. Okay. Very interesting. And that's really incredible. How about sharing, like, how do you use it? How did you incorporate CellYea? A lot of people use it in different ways. Like some people will use half stick pack. And when we originally designed it, we used it for like everybody was told to use a whole stick pack every other day. But really, we left it up to the customer. And we're, as I told you a little bit ago before we started, we're going to be developing a product that has half the serving of our current stick pack and then half the serving of the capsule all in one with multiple flavors. So that one's coming soon. Hopefully we'll get you some free stick packs to try it out. We'd love your feedback on the flavoring. But how did you integrate this like into your daily routine? How do you use CellYea?
Yeah, I mean, at first I was really drawn to the product just by the research and the different things that I had read about it. And I started off taking it, one whole stick, and that was maybe a little bit too much for me. So to get more of a steady dosage of it, I would take one half of a stick pack every morning before I work out. I work out early in the morning. I have 3 kids, so I work out in the morning. I read a little bit, and then by the time I'm done reading, I start my workout. And by that time, everything's kind of kicked in, and I feel really well in my head and energetic. And that's kind of how I do. I'd take the capsules at the same time.
That's awesome. And do you ever have, we have a lot of people like that, the ones that work out early in the morning, and it's helped some people kick coffee or decrease the amount of coffee that they use, which has had some health benefits for them. And we've had some other people also use like that, or that work out early in the morning, use about a half stick before they go in. Do you ever have times like where you like use the other half of the stick later in the day when you kind of run down or just tired?
A half of a stick really gets me going. I mean, it's good enough to take me through the whole day. I don't really have issues, especially with regularly working out in the morning. I don't really have, and I don't get tired until nighttime when I'm ready to go to sleep. So
Wow.
it's I generally want to put all my energetic things in the beginning of the day, and the end of the day I want to be able to sleep well. So I don't normally do it unless I have something that I really need the energy for. I'm going to be up late, I know I am, so I will sometimes take that second half in those instances.
Yeah, it's really interesting because I noticed that when we were doing the lab testing years ago before we launched the product, was like at first when we were doing the lab testing on the Power Stick, I was taking the capsules every day, and I was still using a whole stick pack. But then I felt like I noticed, and it's sort of anecdotal, but the science also shows this, that the synergistic ingredients inside that capsule technically are like, they kind of stair step, like over 30 or 60, 90 days, you're supposed to have like a higher baseline, like your energy levels sort of go up. So you you become almost more resilient. Would you say you felt something similar to that?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it was there is a kickstart with the stick packs, but as I took it, 30, 60, 90 days, I felt that energy that was there anyways. And I was just able to work out longer. And I was talking a little bit about getting injured, in the past. As I, started working out, this is kind of what got me addicted to it. I didn't get hurt anymore. I didn't get injured. I still get sore from working out, but I can work out harder, longer, and don't have the tweaks, don't have the joint pain, don't have the injuries that I used to have. So I've really been able to kick it up a level in my workouts and get a place I've never been. I mean, I'm in the best shape of my life right now, and I owe it to this product just for, kind of, running into it. It's been amazing. Just, that would be the number one thing for me is, not getting injured anymore. I can do my workouts. I don't have issues, and issues that I had when I was in my 30s, I don't have anymore in my early 40s. It's amazing.
Wow. Yeah, that is wild, man. You when you called us, I think I mentioned to you about you are at least the third or fourth person now that's been on the product consistently with something that we did not expect. Like, we knew it was going to help with muscle endurance, and it has some studies regarding like better joint health, like overall joint health, but this sort of like ability that it's creating almost more resiliency. And we had a gentleman that's about to send us also and do a testimonial, and you kind of said something similar, but he had joint pain in his shoulder for years, and he couldn't, like, he physically was unable to go back to the gym. And then all of a sudden, after in his second month of CellYea, he was like, my joint pain just disappeared on my left shoulder, and I'm working out. I'm even doing overhead lifts on that shoulder now, which he had not been able to do for 10 years prior to that. We honestly didn't know that we have other testimonials too that are just blowing our mind, from a lady with her son having schizoaffective disorder. So we've had that, as well as now this injury kind of phenomenon where people are saying they're more resilient, or some injury just kind of went away. It's quite profound. So that's amazing, and thank you for sharing that with everybody. And I hope more people can get that same benefit. That's the hard part about getting old, is like, we can't do the things we used to, but this seems to allow people to live young. It's really amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I have young kids, and I had kids when I was, later on in life, and that's really important to me, to be able to spend time with them in a physical way. And this has really helped me to level it up and not get injured, right? If I get injured working out, then playing with them isn't fun. So it's been great.
Awesome. Well, as I mentioned at the beginning, I know, because I know you now personally. But I would like for you to share a little bit of this. Is like, I know you're into biohacking and natural wellness, and you and I kind of shared our common hobby of organic gardening and these kinds of things. But how does CellYea fit into your approach with things like eating organic or grounding, or we've discussed even what used to be kind of a woo-woo hippie thing, which is like barefoot walking and getting sunlight in the early morning, but now we're seeing it's a real science. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, no, one of the ways that I start my routine in the mornings is, going outside and grounding. I take my CellYea. It was important for me that it's an all natural drink and supplement, and all the ingredients are wonderful. Don't get me explaining all of them, because I don't know what they are. I just know that they're all natural. But yeah, no, it's really important for me to connect with the earth through grounding. I like getting that sunlight in the early morning, late afternoons. I have, probably too many weird things that I do, but CellYea has been a part of that now. And it's, even on vacation, I'm taking my CellYea, I'm going out to the beach, I'm getting in the water, I'm grounding with my kids and doing my exercises, and they're running behind me. So it's amazing to kind of put it all together.
Amazing. Yeah, a quick blurb for everybody is that we even things that are generally used in other supplements are usually the synthetic, cheaper forms. And CellYea has made an absolute commitment to use natural formats. And some of the ones that are generally used as synthetics, we've used from fermentation. So most all the ingredients, not to mention what's very novel about it is even all of our amino acids are extracted from plants. So it's vegan based as well. I'm not personally vegan, but we wanted to make sure it was also acceptable for a wide variety of people. So I wanted to share a little bit about that for our audience. But yes, we really went above and beyond for the most pure ingredients in every single class, as well as testing it 3-4 times of each raw ingredients before it ever reaches a customer's door for ultimate purity and efficacy. So that's one of the reasons.
Yeah, that's huge for me.
Yes, I know that is. We're trying to even hone that in more of sharing how much work we put into this, because this is not a fly-by-night product. We spent a ton of time making sure to have that ultimate purity. So we're going to even try to send some more mailers and stuff to our customers to let them know how much we do, knowing that's important to them. On the subject of like balance, can you tell us more about the impact on your recovery? You mentioned feeling less prone to injury. Has that shown up for you? I know you said a little bit, but how would you say that? I know it's a little bit repetitive.
No, so when I started working out, I was probably at the heaviest point of my life. I was, the same weight I was after my freshman year in college. And that was the beginning of this year. It's October now. I started around January, and now I'm down 20 pounds from that. I've put on, I know, a lot more muscle. I do a lot of pull-ups and dips, and I started out with just body weight. Now I'm up to adding 20 pounds, and I've over time added more and more pounds to those workouts, and it just feels amazing. I mean, I fill up a board full of, check marks, and I get to look back at it and say, I've done all of this over the last 3 months, and then I wipe it off and I start over, and I just keep going up, and I'm getting closer to my goals for those different things. And my goal is to be able to do the same workouts for the rest of my life, right? I want to be able to do pull-ups when I'm 90, dips when I'm 90. And, at this point, I'm trying to do different workouts that maximize my testosterone in my body naturally. And that's kind of how my journey started about 10 years ago, was working out in a way that I can do the rest of my life and will maximize testosterone naturally. Because 10 years ago, I went to the doctor's office and my testosterone was 0. And,
Wow.
I didn't want to take any supplement, or I didn't want to take anything that wasn't natural. And I started this kind of journey of working out a certain way, but I would still get injured, and that would take me back. And now I feel like I've kind of found a product that can keep me, naturally in line with what my goals are for the rest of my life. So it's pretty amazing to be in that place, because I've tried everything. I've tried massages, chiropractors, everyone has some sort of way to cure it, but I think a lot of it comes down to health, and that's been kind of my goal with health as a hobby, is to use food as medicine, and get to the right place. But I'm not a scientist, so I have to sort of use other people's research to get there. So I'm really glad I found CellYea.
Awesome. We had we kind of already discussed this a little bit, but just to reiterate it a little bit, because I know you shared some of this, but we even offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. We're so confident with the product. We've thought of extending it to 60 days because we've had a lot of people. I call it the CellYea aha moment, where it's like, it's like this kind of light bulb turns on, and it's like, oh, this is really working. This is actually working. It's useful. But it's so odd. So we have, like, the studies show 14 days, like before even the capsule starts to work. And that's actually the earliest. We've had some people that it's like an overnight thing. Like, one of the testimonials we have coming out was like literally overnight transformation of some severe mental health problems, which we anticipated helping with mental health. that is a rarity outlier. And then a lot of people will call us in like that 30 to 60 day window. So we're thinking of even doing a 60-day money back guarantee, because that CellYea aha moment, when it clicks, we have people that stick with the product for months and months.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what was it like for you? Was it an overnight thing, or did it take some consistency? Like, when did you start feeling the benefits?
Yeah, I mean, I could tell you, I was skeptical at first. When I signed up, it was just for a month, and you know, it was kind of, I'll try it. I'll try anything because it sounded awesome. You know, it's always like, it was almost like too good to be true. But then it was close. It was close to the end of the 30-day period when I was running out. I was like, man, I got to get some more of this. I can't stop because I'm feeling great. My workouts have been awesome. It's kind of like the look back period when I was looking at my, you know, stock of CellYea, it was dwindling down. I was like,
Yeah.
I need to re-up this, and that's when I signed up for, you know, for every month and a subscription. So it was right around that period of time. I would say, you know, the 3 to 4 week range when I looked back and I was like, I need to re-up this subscription. I can't be out of this because it's going so well.
Awesome. Yeah, that's really great feedback. And you kind of fall right there in the median time frame, about 30 days. So that's why we do the money back guarantee, because we know if they're using it consistently, that there's a good chance people are going to realize its benefit. We're eating healthy and trying to exercise and getting back in the gym. So it's really a comprehensive plan. So if you have somebody who's, you know, eating McDonald's and taking CellYea, they might be like, well, I don't feel it. And so, you know, there will be those rare instances, but as long as they're really consciously trying to take care of themselves. And it's funny that you mentioned the too good to be true, because it really is such a problem to try to help people understand this.
Yeah.
We are delivering this product at like such a competitive price, but it's hard to convey how much we are doing it. We want people to be able to sustain it, but they would need to buy an electrolyte, a brain supplement, a mood enhancement supplement, a muscle recovery supplement. They would need to buy a vasodilation, which increases blood flow to the heart and lungs. It even has digestive properties, and that doesn't even mention the heart health, liver health, and also the cellular health, which is what the whole brand is about. Which the way we developed it was we were looking at like the synergy of the cell. So it has all these different elements that it needs, from hydration to different types of amino acids, that give it this comprehensive approach to cellular health. And when somebody looks at it, they're like, wait, it's almost, it feels like the price is almost too cheap at that point. So they're like, this is too good to be true. This can't be real. It is real. You know, and it's tough for us to convey that. So I appreciate you saying that, because, you know, I'm glad others can hear that from someone. Like, it really is. It's too good to be true.
Yeah, no,
that's our mission. You know, we want to make it affordable for people. We even do a couples plan where the wife or husband, or two people in a household, or even two friends. We have a couple that I think they Venmo each other, and they did the couples plan. So it's like buy one, get one half off, and it makes it even more affordable. We're doing as much as we can because we really believe this is helpful. So
yeah, no, I tell people all the time. I mean, you've made me a salesperson with with, you know, using it and it working. I mean, I'm in different workout groups, F3 and other, you know, groups that have similar issues that I had in my past. You know, people work out, they get injured, and they aren't working out again. So when they get back into it, they're kind of like starting fresh again, and, you know, get really sore, and you might get injured again. And, you know, I tell everyone about it, especially if they come to me and they're like, oh, my back is hurting, or, you know, hurt my elbow, I'm not able to, you know, lift right now. I'm just so grateful that, you know, I'm not having those issues.
Man, I really, really appreciate that. You should get you an ambassador set up. So well, we do. We if you want to do it, there's a simple app, and actually you can give someone your discount code, and it sends you a little commission off of each one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really easy to download. It's called Collabs, and we can send you that and get you a discount code to give to people that you come across. And they're probably thinking the same thing, like, there's no way that really works, but it does. So I know that feeling, because when I call and sell people the product, they're like, there's just no way. That's like too good to be true. But we keep hearing time and time again, once somebody tries it, they're seeing that benefit. But it does take some consistent use. If somebody was on the fence, like what would you say to someone listening to this right now, if they're on the fence about trying to use CellYea or looking for something to help them get to a healthier spot?
I would say there's not much to lose, especially with the 30-day money back guarantee. I didn't even know that was there when I did it. Like I said, I was skeptical, but yeah,
if you've
been working out for a while,
yeah,
if you've been working out for a while and you get these injuries every once in a while, I think there's nothing to lose really. You're already trying to be healthy. You may as well try it. It's not like what I thought it seemed like another supplement, right? Like you take a lot of things, and I've taken a lot of things in my life, and they haven't really done anything noticeable. This I've noticed, and it took a couple weeks, but I don't even know if it took a couple weeks. Maybe it was when I did my look back, and I was like, oh, you know what? I haven't had this, I haven't had that. My forearms used to get issues when I was doing pull-ups. I'm not getting that anymore. You may as well try it. There's a money back guarantee. So that's what I would tell people. But most of the people I talk to, I give them my testimony, and that helps. So
yes, that's super helpful. And I told you offline a little of my story, but we can end on it a little bit here towards the end. But I was just sick. I was on 5 pharmaceutical medications. At age 25, I'm 38 now, and I've poured my heart and soul into bringing products like this to market, because if it can just help one person, that's really makes it worth it for me, because I was able to use these types of pure supplements to get off of pharmaceuticals and turn my entire life around. And so not just with exercise and physical fitness and all those things, but my issues were cognitive and mental, from ADHD to depression and anxiety. And these things really, really work. I mean, the studies are there. Another thing you and I were talking about offline was like rhodiola. I mean, the rhodiola we use inside of this product is from the highest peaks of the Himalayas. It's very specially resourced. And every single ingredient in there, from the saffronals, like even the saffron is one of the most exclusive saffrons that's available. There are tons of saffrons out there, knockoffs, like cheap ones with fillers in them. But we use like an extremely pure saffron. And I don't know how much you know about saffron, but that stuff's as expensive as gold.
Oh yeah.
But we have it at an extract, so it's in that product, like, and that's what I mean. It's almost CellYea too good to be true, but maybe we'll get known as that product that's too good to be true, but actually works. So that's the goal.
Absolutely. And I showed you my book that I pulled off the shelf. It's something I believed in for a long time too. And I had been taking supplements, but so I was so happy to hear that it was in yours.
Yeah, I mean, it's already right in there. You would generally have to buy just like rhodiola capsules or, an adaptogen capsule. You put it all right there in the product. And, you mentioned testosterone. If you improve your cellular health, your testosterone will likely improve, because it really just improves everything. It just improves bioavailability of micronutrients in the food you eat, and just the in general uptake. But it also has something called astragalus right in that product. But it's not just any astragalus. It is one of the most high yield astragalosides, is the compound inside of astragalus root. And it is a natural root extract. And it is shown to boost testosterone by 300 to 400%, depending upon somebody's levels. If you're already have mid to medium high levels, and it can't go 300 400%. But if somebody's at a low amount, like 200 to 300 parts on their testosterone, it's possible that it can go up at least double with just use of astragalus and the astragalus.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's helped me out.
Yes. That's amazing. The exercise too, the vasodilation, vasodilation enhances blood flow to everywhere in the body, including the testes and the privates, and it really can increase testosterone just by increasing blood flow to these important parts of our body. I know that's a little odd for people to talk about, but we're all adults here. But it works. Yeah, you get increased blood flow, which is a beetroot nitrate that we use. It's not just any beetroot powder. It is a specialized beetroot powder with a very high yield nitrate. That nitrate increases vasodilation of blood flow, and that goes to your heart, your lungs, your brain, everywhere in your body. It increases blood flow too, which will increase oxygen levels and all kinds of other benefit. And I think you knew this, but the stick pack is strong, and the reason people use half is like this is actually developed for long distance triathletes, and I'm talking like when we were testing it was on like podium level, Ironman athletes. So that's the thing, is it was developed for athletes, but we later found out, people like you and I, it was awesome for. And me personally, I use it at my desk. I actually don't use it as a pre-workout. But it's a great pre-workout. But I use it about mid-morning and mix mine into yogurt, which is kind of gives it kind of encapsulates it in fats and proteins. And I take mine about mid-morning, and I just love it for the ability to give you so much focus and mental clarity. So it's just such a versatile product. But really appreciate this, James. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day.
Thank you.
To tell other people about this product, and I really hope that they will listen to this and see what it's done for you and give it a shot.
Yeah, no, it's been amazing for me. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for developing it.
Awesome. Thank you, James. I really appreciate it. See how let me see.